Hello everyone, my name is Difa Marsendi, or you can call me Roy, and today I'm going to talk about the elements of art. And before we begin, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever looked at a painting, a poster, or even a photograph? Well, the feeling that you feel usually comes from how the artist used something called the elements of art. The elements of art are like the building blocks of all visual artworks. Just like how we need ingredients to make food, artists need these elements to create their work. There are seven main elements like a line, shape, color, value, texture, space, and form. And now, let's go through each one together. A line. A line is a path made by a moving point. It's the simplest element, but it's also one of the most powerful. Lines can be thick or thin, long or short, straight or curved. Artists use lines to show movement, direction, or even emotion. For example, a wavy line can feel calm, while a sharp zigzag line can feel tense or energetic. Next, we have shape. A shape is a flat closed area made when lines meet. Shapes can be geometric, like circles, square, and triangles, or organic ones like leaves, clouds, or natural forms. Shapes are important because they make up most of what we see in a drawing or painting. Without shapes, art would just be a bunch of lines. Now, let's talk about color, one of the most noticeable elements in art. Colors appears when light reflects off a surface and it has three main parts, like hue, which is the name of the color, like red or blue, and intensity, which is how bright or dull the color is, and value, which means how light or dark the color looks. Color can express mood and emotions. For example, warm colors like red or yellow can feel exciting or happy, while colors like blue and green feel calm or peaceful. Speaking of light and dark, value is our next element. Value shows how light or dark something looks. Artists use value to create contrast and show depth, meaning what looks closer or farther away. If you ever seen a black and white photo, everything there is based on value from the brightest white to the darkest black. Next is texture. Texture is how something feels or how it looks like it feels. It can be rough, smooth, soft, or hard. Artists can use actual texture, which you can really touch, like thick paint or fabric, or, or implied texture, which just looks texture, like a drawing of fur or wood. Texture makes artworks feel more real and interesting. And now, let's talk about space. Space is the area around and within objects. It helps create the illusion of depth, showing what is near and what is far. In art, we often talk about positive space, which is the object itself, and a negative space, which is the empty area around it. Using space correctly makes an artwork feel balanced and realistic. And finally, we have form. Form is three-dimensional. It has height, width, and depth. Unlike shapes, which are flat, forms can be seen from many sides. Examples of forms are cubes, spheres, and cylinders. Sculptures, for instance, are all about form. They take up real space and volume. By understanding these elements, we can not only create better art ourselves, but also appreciate and analyze other artworks, seeing the meaning, history, and culture behind them. And thank you so much for listening. I hope after these presentations, when you look at a piece of art, you'll start to notice these elements working together to make something beautiful. Thank you.